Hello and welcome to Football League World TV. It is Friday morning. It is time for the EFL betting show. My name is Sam Rourke, the chief editor of footballleagueworld.co.uk, and I'm delighted to be joined by two of my colleagues, Ned Holmes and Billy Mulley. Ned, how are you getting on this morning?
Yeah, well, good. Thanks, Sam. Eagerly awaiting another sort of weekend of EFL action with some fantastic League 1 and 2 clashes in midweek. So it's great to be back to sort of all three leagues playing again.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of action this weekend. Billy, how are you getting on?
Yeah, all good. Thank you. Looking forward to getting into it. As I was saying beforehand, I found it a little bit difficult this weekend, a difficult fixture list. But yeah, I'm confident in my picks.
Fingers crossed. As we do every single week on the EFL betting show here on FLW TV, we look at 4 selections. Each of the panel pick out a banker, an accumulator, a value bet, and a wildcard bet for the weekend. As ever, please do gamble responsibly, 18 and over. Please send in your comments, whether you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. What do you make of Billy and Ned's selections this week? Have you got any particular bets you feel could come off this weekend? Please do let us know in the comments. But let's start off with the banker. Ned, let's come to you then on this. What is your banker of the weekend in the Football League?
I've got Rotherham to beat Burton at 1-2. Obviously, 1-2 isn't great odds, but this is a banker, and for me, I had to go for the Millers. I mean, I think Paul Warren's Rotherham, they're doing what they always do in that first season after relegation back to League One, and they put 5 past Gillingham in midweek, and I just can't really see any way that they don't come away from Burton with a win and perhaps a really comprehensive one.
Yeah, absolutely. They look like a real force, don't they, at the moment? Just scoring goals for fun, but at the same time, incredibly defensively resilient. Billy, let's get your banker then for the weekend.
I was close to picking the same one, but I went for the selection above them in alphabetical order. That's Portsmouth to beat Morecambe at 8-13. I've been really, really impressed with Portsmouth in recent weeks. It seems that the Cowley project is finally coming together after quite an inconsistent start. 18 points in the last 8 and conceding just 1 in the last 5. It seems that all the signs are suggesting that they're going to keep on continuing in this vein and continuing this run. As I said, I'm starting to really believe in this Cowley project and that they're going to start to trouble the playoff places as the season progresses. And I think against the Morecambe side, who have sort of deteriorated and fallen apart after a brightish start, 5 points from the last 10, and they're not too comfortable against the division's top teams. So 8-15, I think Portsmouth's quite a good shout.
Yeah, for sure. Cowley brothers definitely seeming to turn a corner down on the south coast, you feel. And Morecambe, good start from them, wasn't it? But they've started to fade away of late. So there we go. Ned going for Rotherham as his banker in the EFL this weekend. Billy going for Portsmouth to win against Morecambe. Let us know in the comments what you think of Ned and Billy's banker. Right, let's touch on the accumulator next. Ned, let's get your accumulator then for the EFL this weekend.
It's a 5-fold for me this weekend. I've got obviously the bank of Rotherham to beat Burton. I'm also backing Preston to beat Barnsley. I think that new manager bounce under Ryan Lowe, all those players sort of looking to impress. I think they're going to get past Barnsley. And Forest to beat Swansea. I think the Swans have looked a little unconvincing in recent weeks, and Cooper will be no doubt desperate to get one over on his former club, particularly if the Jack Army give him a bit of a dodgy reception. And then Rochdale to beat Bristol Rovers. I think Rochdale were really unlucky versus Pools. They had all the chances for me, just a couple of defensive errors, and I think Rovers, you just never know what you're going to get from them. And I think at home Rochdale will have too much for them. And then similar with Leyton Orient, really, I think I can see another big scoreline here that they've just been putting 4. I think they put 4 past teams 3 of their last 4 home games, and that's 40. 1.95 to 1 on Bet365. So with their ACCA bonus, that returns you 240 quid.
Cool, that'd be a lovely return if that came in. Some I like that. Got a nice fivefold there. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on Ned's accumulator. We've had a comment come in from regular FLW TV viewer Wayne Walden. My banker is Fulham all day long. Wayne is, of course, a Fulham supporter, but Billy, as a Luton fan, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I think it's a very reasonable comment. I did look at Fulham at 17 to 20 on Bet365, and I did like the look of that. But I think if any Luton supporting listeners that were viewing into this show, I think I might have got a little bit of stick. So I kept quiet on that one.
There we go. Wayne going for Fulham to beat Luton as his banker. Right, Billy, going back to the accumulators, what is yours for the weekend?
So similar to Ned, I've gone for a fivefold, including my Portsmouth pick from my banker. I've got Wigan to beat Ipswich. That's mainly down to Ipswich and their lack of consistency and their inability at the moment to score goals, which was not something we associated with them at the start of the season. It's now four out of their last 5 games they failed to score. So something's going wrong in terms of the goal scoring department and creativity and that kind of attacking third prowess. He's sort of deteriorating there. Wigan, obviously a very, very strong side, surprisingly better away from home than on home soil this season, but they still are a dominant force in this league, and 11 goals in the last 5 games, 13 points from the last 5. I think that's another game that's pointing towards a Wigan win. My next one is Wycombe to beat Wimbledon. Looking at Wycombe's home record, they're averaging 2.4 points per game, dropping points in just 2 of their games so far at Adams Park. So that they're very, very dominant in Buckinghamshire. I think with Wimbledon as well, they have been quite impressive. I just think that in this clash, Wycombe's experience and sort of ability to win matches that tend to be quite close, I think that's going to come into fruition again, and I can see Wycombe winning that one. I've also gone for Leyton Orient, like Ned. 13 goals in the last 3 home games. That when they do win, they seem to win quite convincingly. It's just turning these draws into wins. But I think since they've started partnering Drinan up front with Harry Smith, that's started to unlock the League Two a little bit more, and I think that they can go on to win this game against I forgot who I put down, but I think it's Crawley, 5 points from their last 8. So yeah, I see another Leyton Orient win here. And then the last one, Forest Green to win away at Oldham. Forest Green look a class above to me, similar to what I've been saying about Fulham in the Championship. I think Forest Green are too dominant in that league at the moment to justify anyone beating them. So Oldham as well are in quite dire form as well. So that returns me 18.09 to 1.
There we go. 2 fivefolds there from Ned and Billy. What do you make of them? If you're watching this, let us know in the comments. Right, let's touch on our value bet next. Ned, what is your value bet this weekend in the EFL?
My value bet this weekend, I've gone for Blackburn to beat Bournemouth at 4 to 1. Obviously, you know, it's going to be tough for Tony Mowbray's side to go down to the South Coast and beat the Cherries. But the Cherries have won their last 6. And I think we've seen that they're beatable at the Vitality Stadium. Derby certainly proved it not long ago. It would be a statement victory, obviously, for Blackburn as they look to push up the table. But they're in great form at the moment, won 4 of their last 5, including a win against playoff rival Stoke on the road. It's obviously not a sure thing, but at 4 to 1, I just felt like that represented really excellent value.
Yeah, 4 to 1. Blackburn certainly in the better form of the 2 sides right now. Bournemouth winless in their last 3 games. I could definitely see the value there, Ned. Billy, what is your value bet in EFL this weekend?
I've gone for Middlesbrough to beat Stoke at 11 to 5. Stoke, for me, are in the playoffs and they're after a good win. I think there's sort of this notion that it's all positive at the moment. But for me, that they are missing Harry Souttar and Nick Powell. Powell's creativity and Soutar's just all-round defensive abilities and ability to play out from the back. I think there will be 2 big misses as the season progresses. I think Powell's probably going to be back a lot quicker than Souttar will be. But Yeah, I think we've already seen with the pair missing that there has been inconsistencies, although that was a very, very good win and good performance against QPR last time out. But for me, Middlesbrough are charging towards the playoffs. I think under Wilder that they found this winning formula. Performances have been excellent. I think they completely outplayed Huddersfield last week. So I think always looking positive at the moment at Middlesbrough, and at 11-5, I could see them causing another somewhat of an upset.
Yeah, again, some strong odds there. Chris Wilder certainly putting Middlesbrough on the up of late. Wayne Walden getting in touch once again. Ned, you are so right in what you say. Good man. There we go. Wayne, in agreement with your selection of Blackburn at 4-1 there. Well, there we go. Billy going for Middlesbrough as his value bet. Ned going for Blackburn. As ever, please do gamble responsibly. 18 and over. Right, let's look at our final selections next. The wild card. Okay, Ned, let's get your wild card bet then for the EFL this weekend.
My wildcard this weekend's perhaps a little less sort of exciting or big odds than some of the ones I usually go for. But I guess as a wildcard, you're sort of allowed to put anything in there. I've gone for Plymouth and yes, against Sunderland. I'm backing Stephen Schumacher to go one better than he did against MK Dons and get that first win and certain goals in the game. I just think I've got a lot of faith in that new manager bounce, and I do think Sunderland they're due a little bit of a little wobble. We know what Lee Johnson's sides are often like, and I get a feeling that Plymouth might just have a little bit too much for them. High scoring one for me, but Plymouth and yes at 13-2.
Nice, some good odds there. I think you're right in terms of the feel-good factor at Plymouth is still there despite Ryan Lowe's departure. A lot of the fans very happy with Schumacher remaining at the club, and a lot of the players but very open on social media about how happy they are to have Schumacher in charge. So, yeah, I think I like that a lot in terms of a wild card. Let us know in the comments what you think about that. Can Plymouth do one over Sunderland this weekend? Billy, let's get your wild card then.
I was thinking along the same lines of Plymouth, because watching them against MK Dons during the week, they were brilliant for me, and a team that are improving, even though Ryan Lowe's departure and Schumacher coming in. I think that the style of football is going to remain the same. They're a really organised outfit, difficult to break down, and got brilliant players in attack that can make things happen in the final third. But I did go for my trusted goal scorers bet. I've gone for 3 players all to score first in their respective games, and unfortunately I've had to go for Mitrovic to score first. It's a common one, and especially against Luton. Luton defensively haven't been too bad. I think shifting to a 3 at the back has been a good help, but I think the supply lines that he has and his intelligence and his prowess in the final third should allow him to open the scoring. I think that he's more likely to score first than last, given sort of the Luton's tendencies in conceding goals. Next one I've gone for is Michael Smith of Rotherham to score against Burton. Of course, another player that's been banging form, scoring lots of goals in recent weeks, and a player that I think he's good enough for Championship again. I was surprised that he didn't get another Championship move in the summer. And keeping on the theme of Smiths, I've gone for Harry Smith of Leyton Orient to score first as well. Him and Drinan are in excellent goal scoring form. I just think with the game tending to be a lot tighter in the opening exchanges, I think that Smith's physical presence might offer him the chance to score over Drinan. And yeah, that is, just looking back, 89.25 to 1. So quite high odds.
Oh, some cracking odds there. I've got to say, I like that a lot. For both the Smiths there and Mitrovic to score first in their respective games. Some very, very nice odds there. If you fancy Billy's wildcard, let us know in the comments. Right, well, that concludes this week's EFL betting show here on Football League World TV. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in and watch this. If you're watching this on repeat on YouTube, send in your comments down below. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. We do appreciate all the new subscribers that come and join us here at Football League World TV. We've got one more show for you later on this afternoon at 4 o'clock. We've got the EFL weekend preview show. Billy Mulley, you're going to be hosting that one for us here on Football League World TV. So make sure to tune into that one. But Ned, Billy, thanks for joining me this morning, and we'll catch up soon.